Change one environment that keeps producing the same version of you.
There's so many different types of environments. A group of friends,
Yep.
they're an environment, or a certain gym where it doesn't inspire you. That's an environment. Or maybe you always create the environment of your coffee and your phone in the morning, changing that environment to a physical book in your hand and the phone is nowhere in sight, right? There's micro environments that you can change that even though it's a micro environment makes a very big change in your results.
Welcome, everybody, to the Chris Harder Show, where we are making you unapologetic about your pursuit of success, knowing that when good people like you make good money, they can then do great things. My name is Chris Harder, and several times per week, I will bring you epic guests, solo episodes, and every single tool, trick, and skill set you need to grow your business, grow your money mindset, and to grow your wealth to levels that you have never reached before. I've ended up in a unique place in life where I've got the experience, the connections, and all of the secrets that it takes to be successful. And I'm lifting the curtain to reveal it all to you in an effort to help put you in a position of abundance so great that you can then be as generous as possible. So let's lock arms and let's get started.
We're back
with another episode of He Said, She Said.
Hey, by the way, before we get started, I have to say thank you to the team and thank you to everyone that showed up for the summit. Over 1,400 of you registered, over 500 or more. I haven't gotten the final numbers from the team yet, actually watched it. That is freaking awesome. And the feedback that you guys gave us, that, individual actionable things that you're actually going to take and do, and that you were so glad that it wasn't some giant sales pitch, but instead value after value after value after value, that meant the world to hear. So to everyone that showed up for our Built for Bigger Summit this past week, thank you. We love you. We had a blast doing it. Maybe we'll do another one in the future.
We had a blast, like 3 days of showing up and serving. I think we haven't done that in a while, meaning in that particular format too. And I think what was most fun is the way that we did it. We did it on Zoom so we could see everybody's face. The comments were so much fun. The chat box was so much fun, like going back and forth, talking to everybody. Like you actually get to know people in 3 days online.
I know,
it was so fun.
now.
I know.
Here's what else is cool too. A handful of you joined our new Mentor Collective Mastermind. It's not even new at this point, but our Mentor Collective Mastermind, which the summit was like a live version of it. We brought the coaches that you get all the unlimited coaching on demand. We brought the coaches in to teach their areas of expertise to you for free. You loved them, especially the AI piece. You're like, wow, I'm using all this right now. So it was just kind of a cool showcase of like, hey, the people that get to be in Mentor Collective, this 3-day summit is like the free version for everybody else. And it felt really good to serve.
Mm-hmm.
If you were on it and you're like, okay, this is super dope, I would love this at my disposal 24/7, 7 days a week, then go to chrisharder.me/mentor. Seriously, either chrisharder.me/mentor or loriharder.com/mentor. They both go to the same place, but that's how you can at least book a discovery call in order to see if the Mentor Collective Mastermind is a good fit for you. We have a blast in there. It's so much value.
So today we're going to talk about 3 insanely simple ways to completely change your life. Now, these are so simple, but I will tell you that if you even do one of these, you're going to get a dramatically different week. And I think that people really, Chris, overestimate the amount of things that have to get done in order to really change your life. Like when I look over the grand scheme of what I did each week or each month back in the day to really change, it wasn't like these massive things. It was these small decisions to keep on getting a little bit better despite continuing to mess up over and over, but just get back on the bus as soon as possible. So you guys, today we want to talk about the fact that if your week keeps feeling the same, it's because like what you're doing and your inputs are the same, because it's about breaking a pattern, just like breaking it, continuing to learn how to break it and put something else in different to the spots that are stopping you.
And it really is as simple as if you can change just 3 things to change your week. If you can change your week, you can change your month. And if you can change your month, you can change your year in a very big way. And if you can change your year in a very big way, you can change your life. So you can't sleep on advice when it comes to like 3 little things that you can do differently this week than last week, because change your week, change your month, change your year, change your life.
Yeah, your life is not going to change because of one giant decision. It changes because you finally interrupt one pattern that has been running everything. It's something that you do or something that you say when something happens. And we want to start to catch those things. So these are 3 ways to make this week different than last week. Let's talk about the first one. The first one is do one thing first that your old self would have delayed. So I want you to sit and think about this right now. Is there one conversation that if you had it this week, it would change everything? Like, is it something that you need to go and apologize to a friend to, or say, hey, I wish that we could, like go back to maybe this conversation, and I would love to be able to have a chance to sit and really talk through this and see if we could, come to an agreement, or if I could apologize, or whatever that looks like. Is it something with your partner? Is it something that maybe you continue to be on this cycle of resentment with them because you're not saying how you feel and sitting down and really having a discussion of how you guys can move forward? Is there an email that needs to be sent to somebody because you really, really want to partner with someone, or you have a big ask to make, or maybe there is something that has to be said again through email? Is there a decision that needs to be made?
When I hear this advice, right, do one thing first that your old self usually delays, I think procrastination. And I think all the things that don't get done because your old self delays it. It's like, what if it was get out of bed when the alarm goes off the first time without hitting snooze for 7 days straight? That's what I think of when I hear this. Or maybe you move your workout out from, well, I'll exercise at the end of the day, to you're getting up a little bit earlier and you're making your workout first, or some kind of hell, just going for a damn walk outside first before starting your day. So what are the things that your old self usually says, I'll get to that at the end of the day, I'll get to that at the end of the week, that are really good habits that would actually get you started on the right foot if you move them up first?
I actually did that this last week on Monday. So every week I have been saying in the gym to my workout partner, we really need to have a heavy lift day. Cause I know that we have, right now there's a lot going on in my life, and I feel like I'm dealing with more stress in my brain. A lot more my brain space is being taken up. So for a while now, I've kind of been going easier in the gym. And all of a sudden, I kind of just noticed that I'm in a really routine gym routine where, even though I'm really proud that I'm very consistent, I want to also be making progress. I want to be lifting heavier. And I notice that every week I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel like the week to go heavier. Like, I'm stressed out. I'm tired. It's Monday. And on Monday this week, I was like, I am so sick of hearing myself say this. It's been like 3 months that I want to get at least one heavy lift day a week in. And I was like, well, today's the day. And I said it out loud to my workout partner. I go, today's the day. We're going to go heavier. I was like, go grab those weights. Go grab the 35s where we'd normally grab 25s. I'm like, we're doing this. This is the week where we stop saying the same damn thing every single week. And we're just going to pick Mondays right now to go heavier than we want. And I will tell you, it's the proudest I've felt in months. Like, this was the week that I was like, wow, I am proud of myself for doing the thing that I kept saying that I wanted to do. And it was really amazing how one tiny decision on a Monday morning to go heavier, and it was challenging, but my God, it rippled into my whole week.
It's funny because here's why you probably felt so damn good about it. Somebody once told me, and it felt confronting at first. They said, are you putting in real work or are you putting in time? And boy, the number of times I've gone to the gym where I'm just putting in time.
Oh gosh.
To say I did it instead of putting in real work. Or how many of you does this ring true for sitting at your computer?
Yeah.
Are you putting in real work or are you just putting in time?
Mm-hmm.
So of course you felt great because you put in real work.
Mm-hmm. All right. So number 2, oh my God, is this one of the biggest things that I could ever tell you? This is my whole life growing up, and here it is. Change one environment that keeps producing the same version of you. Now, I grew up in an environment with so much junk food. I can't even tell you. And very little, very, very little activity. And so what would happen is every day when I would come home from school, there would be snacks galore. There'd be fresh brownies made. There'd be fresh cookies. Don't get me wrong. we were loved through food. Like, let me tell you, the amount of love in the house was abundant, but it was shown through food. And this is tough for somebody, for anyone, any human who doesn't want to be overweight anymore, who notices that the sugar is making them feel anxious and depressed. And I picked up on this as a teenager, as a very young kid. And so being in that environment consistently was one of the most challenging things I've ever experienced in my life. Now, as a teenager, it's like, well, how do you get out of the environment with your family? Let me tell you, it was not easy. I remember being like, okay, when I get home, I'm going to go for bike rides as long as I can. I'm going to get outside after dinner every night. I'm going to try to go for a walk instead of when my whole family sits and eats ice cream. I'm going to get out and I'm going to go bike ride. Now, I didn't completely get to break that pattern, and I did, end up eating some of that food some of the time. But I will tell you, I and my family was like, okay, like, what are you doing? Like, how are you losing weight? How aren't you, how are you breaking this pattern? And I was like, I am always out of the house as much as possible during those periods of time when they would all sit and be eating. And I knew that I needed to get outside of this environment as much as possible.
There's so many different types of environments too. So it's not just like your literal environment. Other types of environment that you may want to consider changing is like a group of friends.
Yep.
They're an environment, or a certain gym where it doesn't inspire you. That's an environment. Or maybe you always create the environment of your coffee and your phone in the morning, and it's changing that environment to a physical book in your hand and the phone is nowhere in sight, right? There's micro environments that you can change that, even though it's a micro environment, makes a very big change in your results.
What was really game changing for me is, number one, not always working from home when I worked alone, and now working with somebody.
Yep.
Let me tell you how much my life has changed when I work with a partner. It doesn't mean that we're talking all the time. It literally means that I have somebody who is sitting next to me, who's my brand coordinator, who works for us, that now we work in person most every day out of the week. The amount of work that I get done is so much more because I'm so much more inspired with somebody. It's like, even just having the company there is so much more inspiring. And when you're starting to feel, if you're at home and you're like, man, I am not feeling great about work. I'm not feeling good about sitting at the computer. Like, go work in a coffee shop. Go switch up your environment as much as possible.
I've been doing that as a game changer. So, they say change one environment that keeps producing the same version of me. Well, there's a version of me that's always running late for everything. I go to the gym and I have to drive home and change, and I have to go to the workspace quick, and I'm always kind of busy. I'm kind of behind. So I was like, what would happen if I just started staying at the gym and working there? Because it's Lifetime, right, in Irvine. So it's this awesome, huge like environment where tons of people are working all day. It's very literally a workspace built into a gym. And so what would happen if I just worked there once or twice during the week instead of rushing back and forth and always feeling frantic? Sometimes I'm working at Hana House, which is really inspiring, really awesome, but I'm someone who likes variety. So I was like, what would it look like if once every couple of weeks I went and I worked up at Pelican Hill overlooking the ocean and overlooking the beautiful golf course on it, because they've got great workspaces there and the best coffee shop with shakes and coffees and all this stuff. And so by me switching up my physical workspace, it has been a game changer for me and made me significantly more productive because I'm not running around as much, and made me happier because I like variety.
Yes. Okay. So number 3, this one is huge. Catch one sentence you keep saying and refuse to repeat it. Put a new mantra in. Okay. So this has actually changed my life in such a massive way, but I want to tell you one that I've really been doing recently. So me and my workout partner noticed how much at the gym we were saying, this is hard. Oh, this is a hard workout. Oh God, these weights are heavy. So we have decided to not say any of that. And we say, this is a really effective workout. We want to say it's hard or heavy. And we catch ourselves when we say this is a really effective workout, instead our brain says, yeah, it's hard and it's heavy and it's effective. It's working. And so what happens is, instead of going, this is hard. Yeah, you're right. This is heavy. Oh my God. And you start going down the spiral of, it starts to feel heavier when you say those words instead of, this is effective. And you go, yeah, this is cool. I'm doing something really hard and this is really effective in your brain. That's what you start thinking.
For me, I had this change saying I'm sore. So I'm so active with pickleball, right? And I'm so active with lifting and so active with my personal trainer and PT twice a week. So of course the side effect would be that you're quote unquote sore. And Matt corrected me. He's like, you're not sore, you're tight. And I was like, oh, and so I've added in like literal half-hour stretching sessions every single time that I go to work out. Like, did I have that time? No, I found the time because now I'm not grabbing the Advil. Now I'm not walking around saying I'm sore. Now I'm like, oh, I'm tight. I got to fix that. And I've been able to fix a solid 75% of it just by adding in that half an hour of proper stretching everything out every single day.
Wow.
Almost.
That's such a great reframe. I'm so proud of you for doing that too.
Saying, oh, I'm sore.
I know.
Oh, I'm sore.
Stretching is a commitment too. I've literally been saying, I need to stretch. I need to stretch. I stretched today.
That a girl.
I know, 15 minutes I stretched. I'm so proud and I feel great right now. You know, the other thing that I used to catch myself saying all of the time is I have anxiety. Like in my head, I'd be like, oh, I'm so anxious. Oh, I have anxiety. Whenever I was thinking of something that I wanted to be doing, like speaking on stages or going on more podcasts or whatever that was. And instead of, oh, I have anxiety, I'm like, okay, it's just new. This is just new. And you're not like certain on exactly what you're talking about yet. So that makes you feel like uncertain. That makes you feel not totally grounded yet. So instead of I have anxiety, I'm like, oh, I just don't have all the details yet. I'm like, this is totally normal. Like whenever anything is new, of course, you're going to feel a little nervous around it. So anything that in your head you're framing as bad, I have anxiety. That's a bad thing, right? You're thinking that you're isolating yourself. You're isolating the event of you having anxiety to yourself. And this is a universal experience. Like everybody has an experience very similar to this. And so when we think we're the only people experiencing this, we make it a bad thing. And it's one of the most human experiences to be like, oh, I'm doing something that I don't normally do. I'm learning something new. I'm going for something big. This is completely normal. This is how you feel when you go to the next level. This is what expansion feels like. This is a really good thing to be experiencing. We're going to move through it. And if I do it enough, I'm going to start to feel less of this. And I'm going to feel like I know what's coming. And so when we keep saying the same mantras over and over and over again in our head, it's really, that is what the challenge comes from. That is where your unhappiness comes from. That is where your uncertainty comes from. So you really have to reframe it and put a new mantra into your head.
We'd love to hear one small thing you're going to change this week. Because as we opened, change your week, change your month, change your year, change your life forever. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're always hoping for you. We're always a work in progress doing these things. We love to hear that you're a work in progress. Share it with us at Lori Harder, at Chris W. Harder. We always love hearing what you think of the episode.
All right, guys, we will talk to you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for listening. And if you loved this episode and know of someone else who is as successful as they are generous, please pass them on to me. It would mean the world to me if you help me get this cause and this message out to as many listeners as I can. So please, if you liked what you heard, it goes a long way if you take 30 seconds and leave me a 5-star review and share this with your friends. I'll be forever grateful. And until the next episode, cheers to your success.